Hey, everybody. It's me, Jake, from Jakin.Off. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. This week, we're joined by a very special guest. We're breaking our international cherry. Give it up for Jon Bennett, everybody.
Hello.
Let him hear it.
Thanks for having all the way from Australia.
All the way from Australia. John's a really funny comedian and a very well-traveled storyteller. So make sure you check him out at Jon Bennett Comedy.
Yeah.
And that is going to be in the description. So just click the description, click the link, go give John a follow. Check him out when he's coming to a city near you. He'll be in Minneapolis the week this comes out. So make sure you check it out. And as always, you can follow this podcast on Instagram at j.o.pod. And you can send anything at all to Jakin.Off.Podcast at gmail.com. I'll look at it at least once. That's the guarantee. That's the old Jakin.Off guarantee. But boy, we had a fun time with this episode. We went down a bit of a rabbit hole into the PragerU universe. For some
it
good
is a
content.
universe for sure.
It is a world that a certain sliver of the population is inhabiting, and we paid a visit. And boy, did we not like what we found.
We got an education, all right.
Yeah. I got culture shock.
So thanks for tuning in to another episode. Everybody, have a good listen to the episode. But you're in town doing Fringe Festival. You do that kind of all over the place, right? Like you've been to pretty much like all the major, the ye old Fringe.
Yeah, I think I sort of I've figured out how to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't have another job. I just tour around doing my own shows. I don't have to worry about showrunners or anything like that, or
Probably
talking
nice.
to the right people to try and get on someone's gig. I just got my own.
Yeah, I just reached straight out to you to do
Yeah.
the illustrious Jakin.Off.Podcast. Maybe you'll get the Jakin.Off bump, dude.
Oh, yeah.
An extra 2 followers, perhaps?
I mean, that's pretty good. Because that's another thing I just don't do. I don't do any of the social media. I mean, I do.
Right.
But
I get what you mean. I have a hard time with it, too. Putting yourself out there can be a little challenging at times. And then also I feel like it's this thing where it's like everything's constantly changing.
Yeah, and I can't keep up. I keep waiting for the newest TikTok, you know? I'm like, I'll get on that next one.
Yeah, the next TikTok.
You know? I'll get on the next one.
Ride
I've
the
even had
wave.
people, like strangers, email me out of the blue and be like, we got this new Glib Glob coming out, and if you want to get on pretty quick. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then he kept on emailing me, and he's like, you got to sign up. You got to. And then I just
You're like, this doesn't seem as cool as I thought it was.
Yeah,
gonna be.
and it hasn't popped up. So I'm like, oh.
If there was any social media company that was like hounding me to sign up, I'd be like, this is a sign that you guys aren't doing well.
Yeah. I want to write to him now and just be like, how'd it go?
Like our one.
Who did you get?
We got one person try to get an ad. Explain it.
We got one recently. Actually, we had a company reach out to try to. They hit me up like probably 4 or 5 times. They're like, we want to do an ad on your podcast.
Okay.
And it's this company called Magic Mind, which is, this will probably all be cut, but it's a weird like. It's like a supplemental energy shot thing.
Yeah.
And they
I've heard of
promise
these.
all kinds of stuff that, like, there's a piece of the label that's like, none of this has been verified.
Right.
Like, we don't even know if what we're saying is true or whatever. And I ignored this lady's emails multiple times because it was obvious, like, hey, you've never listened to the show probably. Right. And if you had, you would be a little more skeptical
Ill-advised.
about
Yeah, it's hard when you
Like-
when you notice. When you go like, oh, you're just really throwing out a wide net here.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, I got a feeling I wasn't your first choice.
Yeah.
But they do advertise on a lot of podcasts, and
I think I've heard them. Yeah.
it feels good, to get a little bit of that corporate notoriety.
Of
you
course.
know?
Were they offering money?
Yeah, they were offering a little bit of money.
Yeah.
We we took the first pitch. We're not gonna do anything with Magic Mind, but they did send us a bunch of free samples, like
And you've
too
used
many
it?
free samples. I've taken it. I'm not doing it anymore.
I would love it if this is just a really extravagant ad and they are your main sponsors.
But we're
and
shitting
now-
on them the whole
yeah,
time.
Yeah. But then it's like, but then.
The truth of the matter is that we're slowly amassing clips of podcast guests taking shots of Magic Mind and then going, oh, this is disgusting. Ugh.
Yeah. But it
So-
works.
I would
No.
argue that it doesn't
By
actually.
work, you mean give me a stomach ache?
Yeah.
Yeah, then,
Is
then
it
it
like-
definitely works.
Is it like nutrients, sort of, whatever?
Do you wanna try
supplements?
one?
No.
Okay.
No.
Smart.
I'm
That's
all right.
the smartest answer I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
Nobody's been brave enough to say no yet.
Oh, really? No, I haven't. They're all dead now. They're all.
Yeah, no, it's pretty gross. It's got like a bunch of, like the mushroom stuff where they're like, if you eat this lion's mane,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it claims to be able to give you calm energy, which I'm like,
Yeah.
what even is that?
You're just
you know?
microdosing ashwagandha or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. You get all these when you quit drinking, and then they're all like, "Hey, try this. This is just like booze." And then you're like, "It is. It's not. It's not. It doesn't stop the thoughts."
This this actually tastes like Magic Mind,
Yeah.
not booze at all. You're right. Well, John, I'm happy you're here because
Yeah.
You're our first international guest.
Oh yeah, actually that's
Hey.
true.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I do this a lot with the festivals that I tour to as well. I'm like, wow, now guess what you got? An international festival.
And actually, we've been trying to. I don't think that we have anybody who
Breach
listens.
Australia?
Yeah, we don't have
Oh.
any Australian listeners, but we learned about the Pokies.
Oh
For
yeah.
an episode, we were talking about like sports gambling in the United States, but I learned about the Pokies through
Yeah.
my research, and it was pretty interesting. I was like, holy shit, dude, that's a lot of fucking
It is
poker
a
machines.
big thing. Yeah.
And it's like, my understanding is it's kind of like a health crisis at this point, like
Yes.
a public health thing.
Oh,
'cause-
100%.
I don't know if you're aware, but I saw I told Jake in the last 2 weeks, they actually started making it into law that like the advertising is basically like you're showing like the tooth decay type of.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My cousin is a local politician, and her campaign, or her big boss's campaign, she works for a politician,
Yeah.
was like, get rid of the Pokies.
Down with the Pokies.
Yeah, there's a great song called Blow Up the Pokies
Wow.
by the
okay.
Whitlams. They're an Australian band, and it's a really good song.
Dude,
so
this
check
is
that
awesome. Yeah, we're gonna check out the
out. Check out
Whitlams
Blow Up the
after this.
Pokies.
I fuck with actually I was talking to Australia bands. Do you fuck with Coffin?
No, I don't know this
Coffin's
band.
a great punk band. They're out of Sydney.
All right.
They're really fucking great. The album they came out with in 2023 was fantastic.
Ah, there you go.
Well,
Coffin.
Australia talk happening on Jakin.Off.
Yeah. I wish their
Please
name was
listen.
like Coffin, like you've been coughing too much, coughing.
Yeah, I was about to
That would
say
be
it's
good.
Brett's literally grinding up marijuana as he
Yeah,
talks
how much
about
is
it.
this going to be cut? Because
I don't know. I mean, we
we'll
could
figure.
just
I'll
grind it
figure
up.
it out.
Yeah, the Pokies are a real thing. It's interesting. I mean, a show that I do, which is about moving to America, I do bring it up.
Yeah.
With that during COVID, where we weren't allowed to perform or tour or basically every single thing that I do.
Yeah.
I travel around the world. I was sent back to Australia for 2 years.
Yes, I was
Living-
reading that in the blurb about
Yeah.
Americant. It's
Yes,
called, right?
that's the show.
Yes.
And living with near my family and like somewhere I haven't lived since I was 18 years old, and got really depressed and got into the Pokies.
Dude, really.
Well, it was like there was nothing to do.
And they're made to be addictive too. Like it's very like and you can see similar things with the sort of like slot machine apps that people have on their phone, where you're not
yeah.
even gambling actual money.
Yeah.
You have no hope of any return on your investment, but you're just because the actual act of it itself is designed to like make you come back for more.
And it's probably healthier. And now you know what's going to happen is now that's going to be the phone is listening, and that's our algorithm. Now we're going to get all the bloody pokey.
Oh, trust me,
stuff.
I pretty much only get Chumba casino ads.
Yeah.
It's pretty much all Chumba for me, dude.
But yeah, the poker machines are everywhere, and I think I've got a real stubborn, defiant streak in me. Whereas like with COVID, we're not allowed to perform, and I was like, well, fuck you, I'm not doing anything. Then I just got mad.
Yeah.
And then I was so mad that the pokey joints were still allowed to stay open.
That's crazy.
And I was like, so we're not allowed to perform, but these fucking things are.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to put my money in them.
I'll show them.
And it would just be like every single bar and pub has a room with like 10 to 50 machines.
That was kind of what one of the people that I had watched talking about it, or maybe it was something that I read, was talking about how it's way more rare to go into a bar that doesn't have them than it is to go into one that does.
And but I would just get really fascinated by the design. I'm like, who designed these? Is there a marketing team? And I actually I directed a woman's show who was an addict, was a poker machine addict. And during her show, she does a game, and it's like, is this a poker machine? And like gives all these ideas, breads of the world, and the audience has to be like, is a poker machine, isn't a poker machine. And when you line up all the nans, that you win, you know. And I think it is one.
Wow.
You got baguettes and
everything. Yeah, because there's so many breads, right? Who designs these machines? It's so awesome. I think that would be my dream job. There's one where you're a lobster fisherman, and it's just so good. And I
gotta find the artwork of these fucking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I talk about this in one of the shows as well. It's like there's one called Cougars, and it's just like pretty middle-aged women.
Not large cats.
No.
Oh yeah, I thought I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a lion.
Nope,
and a
they've got that
tiger.
Cougars. Then there's another one that's like
Yeah.
Cougar something, and it's older attractive ladies.
Just like horny poker machine.
I just think it's so amazing.
That
The
is
lobster
so
fisherman.
Oh, Lucky
Jeez.
Larry's Lobster Mania.
What a great, so good.
The artwork's really bad.
Yeah, that actually
it's really
is.
bad.
And then if you win the thing, you go fishing with him,
Nice.
and you like pick these little.
Oh, this is like
things.
bowling alley style like the 90s bowling graphics stuff.
That's sick.
Just fascinating stuff. And then like there's like a Game of Thrones. There's anything you think of.
Yeah.
The disciples from the
limit
Bible.
is your imagination with the pokies.
That's what I love about it. Like whoever gets to design them, like well done. Like what a job.
dream job.
Yeah.
Honestly, it does seem kind of sick to just dream up.
Yeah. Just think
Like
of anything, and I
gambling.
bet it's probably a poker
The
machine.
plague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diseases, the poker machine.
Hospitals probably
Yes.
is one, or like an EMT
Yeah.
thing.
Sexy nurses.
Oh, there's got to be a nurse one.
Yeah,
there's got to
for
be.
sure.
Yeah.
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 Just
and
hot nurses.
because for directing the show as well, we sort of looked up the sort of the mechanics of them and everything, and how the odds and all of this, and a lot of them have like Asian themes, like pick the pot of gold sort of thing, and
Yes.
Buddhas and this sort of
Yep,
thing.
yep,
I've seen the panda ones.
They represent
Yeah.
luck, and that sort of melts your brain a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of gold and red.
Yeah.
Those are
And even the dinging,
auspicious
the chick,
colours.
chick, chick sound when
Yeah.
they land, it's all...
one of the things that we were discussing too is like now a lot of them are moving to like sort of more video machines, right? Back in the day it used to be like these physical wheels, you'd have to pull it. And the reason why the video machines are such a boon is because on a physical wheel, you are limited to the number of slots that you can actually fit on. But in these virtual machines, they can make these wheels as big as possible so that the options are just sort of like whatever they deem them to be. The odds are far more stacked against you than they would have been even just like 30, 40 years ago.
The ones in the casinos, right, where you sit in a chair and then like you start here and then you'll win a thing and then it goes up and you're just sitting in front of this giant
beautiful,
screen,
like
and you do the Game of Thrones one, and the chair shakes and stuff. It is amazing. I'm too like frugal to like put hundreds of dollars in or anything like that, but I do love them.
I just know that if I started getting into slot machines, like I have an addictive personality.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
That's
And
why
so
I play
I just
pinball. Like,
Pinball, yeah, computer games.
a little bit, something a little more. I don't know.
No,
Little-
yeah, if
it's
you're
getting me
anything
a
like
little
that,
you're
antsy
losing
just
money,
talking
but
about
you
it.
know you're not gonna like. Get
yeah,
Yeah.
my rational mind takes over, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but I've got a weird thing where I just like the seediness, and just being like, oh, and like sitting down from someone, and be like, oh boy, you're losing everything.
What's going on with
So
that guy
terrible.
over there?
It's so
nothing good.
Yeah, I think because I got like I've got a depressive brain, so I like depressing things. It makes me feel better.
Well, you came to the right podcast. John, you're a storyteller. So you're probably pretty familiar with the power of storytelling, right? It can be a very powerful tool. And you know, I think that you're probably a person that I would say you know, I think most people would agree you use your storytelling powers for good, right? You make people smile, you make them laugh.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. I like messing with like putting a moral on the end that is absolutely stupid. Like I do my shows do have sort of often a bit of a social justice-y type of thing. I've got a show about my brother being an addict, being a drug addict and going to jail, and you know, the thing of that is we should treat addicts as a medical problem, not a criminal thing.
Human beings.
Whatever. Yeah, like human beings.
Oh, like
Let's decriminalize drugs and stuff.
Right.
But every time I do something like that, I put a little switch on the end. Is that like, you know, he's still a fuckhead, though. You know, was he a fuckhead first or was he a fuckhead after? I think he was a fuckhead first. But the drugs just amplified that.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is truly how it works. I mean, I don't know. For most people I've known, at least.
Yeah.
But you know, we're talking about using our storytelling powers for good. But on this podcast, we like to talk about people who use their storytelling powers for evil.
Oh, okay, good.
For bad things.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about a little outlet called Prager University. Are you familiar with PragerU?
I am not.
Oh, this is going to be a treat, I think.
Good.
PragerU or Prager University, it was founded by this guy named Dennis Prager. We're not going to go too deep into, I could seriously talk about Dennis Prager all day.
Right.
What you need to know is that he's a right-wing, like, talk radio host who eventually founded his own company, and it's meant to be this sort of like catch-all, right, for conservative families. So it's a place where like mom and dad can go to get their news, can learn how the world really is, but also one of the things that they have is they have PragerU Kids, which PragerU Kids is a little side project where they're trying to indoctrinate children. Here's a trailer. I'll let them tell it in their own words. So we're gonna watch this short little trailer.
It's dinner time with family, and you settle in to dine. Your son is watching something, but you think it must be fine. You know it's only kid shows, so you have some peace of mind. But as you eat the roasted goose, your little sport insists.
Hey, Dad, did you know America is racist?
Your mind goes numb, your skin turns pale, and your heart aches with fear. Your child is being filled with lies, the babe you once held dear. But in that shocking moment, a man pops into frame. Could it be George Washington, here to save your child's brain? He snatched the screen and changed the thing, the something that is true. It's an app with shows for kids. They call it PragerU. There's content for your child's mind to fight the leftist lies. And if you give your child a chance to watch and think and grow, they might burst forth like Washington, a true American hero. Think better, live better. Visit PragerUkids.com for free kids shows, cartoons, and books that teach classic American values.
What the fuck? That is... So wait, what do they want? They want the kids to beat George Washington?
Yeah, George Washington is gonna pill your kid, and then he's gonna whip a sword out at the dinner table, dude. Traditional American values.
What do we think the kid was watching on the iPad that made him go like, America's racist?
Probably a Skibbity toilet.
Yeah.
It was probably AJ and Big Justice, the Costco guys, if I had to guess. No, the real answer is nothing, right? Like, that's the whole thing with this stuff, of course, is like, it's a big straw man. They're like, and this is, I mean, we're talking about this. They just voted to defund like PBS and NPR and stuff. It's fucking insane. And my whole thing with this is this is the kind of shit that they want to replace it with, right? Like, this is, I know maybe conspiracy theory brain or whatever, but this is the kind of stuff that the people in charge in this country broadly want your kids to watch, which we're gonna get into it, because it's not just little kids. They have stuff for like teens and shit, dude. It's fucking bizarre.
Is it a subscription? Do they pay? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a subscription. You pay for it. It's similar to like the Daily Wire, I guess, where it's sort of independently housed.
And do they do well? Is this Prager guy really
It's pretty popular. I actually, maybe this is a little fucked up, but the good news is that Dennis Prager himself is actually like actively dying right now.
Oh, okay.
He's like, they released a video on their YouTube channel that was like a Dennis Prager health update. And they were like, good news, he got off the ventilator at one point for an entire week in a row. Bad news, it was only 1 week that he could get off like that kind of thing.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, good to know, I guess. But they, I think that it does well enough that they're keeping the lights on, and they're kind of expanding, which is rather frightening.
It's so weird. I mean, this country, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I chose a really great time to move to this country, didn't I? Jesus.
Is there no right-wing Wiggles equivalent in Australia?
I mean, there probably is, but it's so strange. Like, we call prime ministers and everything like they're dickheads. We say like when we don't treat them like they're
celebrities.
We're like no
people to be worshipped.
Why would anyone want to do this job? You're doing this job. You must be a fucking idiot.
Right. You've
sensibility.
We dedicated your life to the pursuit of power, which is an automatic red flag. For most normal people.
And that's another thing to look up. There's a great YouTube clip. Just watch one of our prime ministers go to shake a man's hand and he just says dickhead. It's really great.
Yeah, we need more of that around here.
We need to look at it like that and not the worship of these narcissistic pricks.
And I think too they want to kind of like rewrite history a little bit to fit this specific narrative that the United States is not that all this stuff that you hear about things like coups in other country or colonialism, racism, all these things, it's made up. It's all a figment of deranged leftist imaginations. But really what they mean by deranged leftists is just like mainstream Democrats or like sort of sensible people. Like, I think
like NPR that we just defunded.
Yeah, NPR that we just defunded. They don't want sort of basic things normalized. I think about like PBS, Sesame Street, right? They had that the first sort of autistic representation on Sesame Street for kids. It's like, well, it's kind of good for kids to encounter that on Sesame Street before they go to school, so then they can be like, hey, like, I've seen this before, I know what this is. But instead, now they're like, we're going to get a list of all the people with autism. We're going to start a list and get the fluoride out of the water. I'm like, what is happening?
It's very overwhelming, especially as an outsider living here. It's like,
I can't imagine.
What is happening? I get so just blown away by all of this stuff. And it's like we were talking about the libertarian thing.
Yeah.
You talk about that, I'm just like, could be good. At least it's something else.
Yeah, at least it's
something else.
At least it's like questioning of this sort of like mainstream kind of narrative. But to be fair, our big takeaway from that was that it actually was had been taken over by these types. And there's a whole story about the Libertarian Party and the sort of MAGA takeover that's happened because they had Donald Trump speak at their convention last year.
Yeah.
Or in 2024, leading up to the election. It's weird. They're all like, everybody is really into fascism.
Yeah. Well,
turns out.
I was in Australia at the start of the year touring, and I hadn't been for a couple of years, and was finally back, and everyone is watching.
Yeah.
And Australia just had our elections, and one side was a little bit Trumpy, and everyone just immediately went, "Oh God, no!"
Yeah.
And that is what won them the election, just not Trump, just not any. We want to get as far away from that as possible, like Canada did as well. They just elected anyone who goes against him. They're like, oh, that's exactly what we want.
It was
not
like a historical turnaround in the polling, like leading up to it.
Yeah.
The second that guy was like, I'm with Donald Trump. Like, we're kind of like the same team.
Yep.
The polling just went in the fucking toilet, dude. That guy got embarrassed. He got totally pantsed. Take that.
Yeah, it's fascinating, and that is how my brain is going. Is like the libertarians. I'm like, at least it's not that. At least it's just anything else.
Truly, yeah.
And that is a terrible state to be in. It's just just anything but this.
I'll settle for even the most minuscule amount of normalcy.
Yes.
At this point. Yeah, it feels pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep going with the bizarre.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a little clip from this is from a show for young children that PragerU makes. It's called Otto's Tales, and Otto is a little bulldog. He has a friend that's a cat, and this is from the story where they met the police.
But as they chased more clues with Officer Lim, they were amazed to see how many people in their community needed the help of the police. From an elderly lady who was having trouble breathing, to a young boy trying to find his mother, children getting off a broken school bus. Officer Lim stepped in to serve. Smidge sat on the sidewalk. I didn't realize so many people needed help every day from police officers. Otto agreed. Officer Lim does a lot. He's selfless and jumps into any situation, no matter how big or small.
Did we all notice that he was completely ignoring that crying kid?
Yeah,
just
he was.
He had his back to the kid.
He was like talking on his radio.
Yeah.
He's like, I think I'm gonna shoot this kid. No, I think it's so funny too. They're like, he helped this old lady who's having trouble breathing, lost kids on the broken school bus. It's like all things that I have never
seen them do
I've
ever.
never seen a police officer.
Yeah,
do
I was
anything.
watching that being like, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, the police sound pretty cool in this lady's world.
Helping old ladies, ignoring children, standing out the front of a broken bus. Just
Come on, kids.
he didn't fix the bus. He just stood there while the kids got off.
But it's just this entire this was like a 20-minute story. God, dude, I watched probably like 8 or 9 of these children's stories.
Is this why you were late this morning?
No, I had already watched these all. I was watching them at like 2 a.m. yesterday, just like right before I went to bed. Taking in some child propaganda, just
good.
learning about the cops. And this lady who's reading the books, her name is Jill. What is her last name? It's Jill. Oh, Jill Simonian. That's right. And I was trying to look into that lady because I'm like, who the fuck? Like, how do you get the job of like reading these children's stories?
Did she write the
where
book
did she
also?
come from? No, she didn't write the book. The book I don't think exists for sale anywhere, as far as I can tell.
That's
it's
good.
Like, it's just a book. It's just a book that they read for the
Right.
videos, I guess.
I mean, it's not even. It's nothing. It's a nothing book.
There's probably nothing in the book that she's holding, actually.
Yeah.
And I was looking into her, and so she was like a TV host, like a local TV host lady who kind of, she got out of that world, or like, I guess the term I would use is like aged out. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's like an aspect of that business is when you're like young and attractive, that's a really big part of being a person who delivers the news on TV.
Yeah, but not if you're male, though.
Yeah,
then
but not
you've
if
got to
you're
be
male.
old if you're.
Yeah,
a male.
you actually have to be as close to death as possible.
Yeah,
and then you can be on the news and you can be president of the United States. Two things. But I was looking into her because I wanted to know more about her, and I found a couple clips. So this is the same lady who was reading the who was reading the story just now. Jill Simonian.
Pluribus unum, out of many one. That is patriotism. Patriotism and nationalism is a positive thing. When they say they have nationalism videos, yes, nationalism. We are all Americans together as one. No matter where we come from, we are a nation as one. It is a good thing to be united. It is a good thing to have a common cultural literacy, stories and history that we all share, regardless of where we come from. This is important for children to learn. I can't help but laugh when pieces like this on the Daily Beast say, oh, they have things called a patriotic paper flute. Yeah, go look at the video.
All right.
Pretty scary.
Yeah.
Pretty frightening stuff. Really throwing the nationalism word around.
Yeah,
a lot.
we're all united.
Yeah. It doesn't feel that way.
It does. Could you imagine? Yeah, like an immigrant. And I am an immigrant. Watching that and being like, oh, I don't feel like I'm
right.
accepted.
Yeah, this lady doesn't like me.
Yeah. They're deporting Canadians now.
Yeah, for real, dude. And I think that you know, like it's one of those things where let's say you're a parent who maybe is concerned, because there are obviously, for parents, I'm sure, like I'm not a parent, but I live in the world and I understand that there are things that you would be concerned about your kids seeing on the internet maybe, or something like that. And maybe you're out there looking for, oh, what would be like an okay thing for kids to watch. You don't know anything about Dennis Prager or whatever, and you just see a video about like, oh, it's these dogs and they read the Constitution or whatever. Like, this dog and this cat read the Constitution, and you just think like, oh, okay, like maybe this is fine. And yeah, I think it's just really insidious to see a lady after I just finished watching her read a story for children be like, and actually nationalism is good. Yeah. That's like foundational. It's important for you to like have blind loyalty to your country in a way.
It's just like, yeah, the ignorance is like palpable now, and just the hypocrisy, and I don't know. It's so strange, but what a time. What a time to be alive.
I'm sorry. Dude, sometimes I feel bad when I have people on this podcast.
Yeah, no.
Because I'm like, I'm like living this space too much. My algorithm is so fucked, man. It's just like buckets of like dehydrated food, and like they're like, do you have a bunker in your basement? And I'm like, not yet. But
yeah, you got to be careful with this. It'll just end up infiltrating everything.
Yeah, it's kind of already there, but you know, I keep a level head. A lot of my joy comes from the comment section of this stuff.
Oh, of course.
Because, you know, as popular as this is for one of these things, it's still like the overwhelming majority of people are like, this is fucking stupid bullshit. You know what I mean? And so you get a lot of people that'll be in there like making funny jokes and stuff like that. So that kind of gives me like a little bit of hope, at least. I'm like, not everybody. This isn't like so popular that it's like half the country, but
right. Well, none of it is. That's the other thing, is none of this is actually a majority. None of it is majority.
Yeah.
The problem is that I would hope that the majority are probably people similar to me, where I'm a bit like, I don't know anything about anything. Like, I'm a fucking moron, and I'm an adult. I'm a proper adult who went to university, and I am a fucking idiot. So how do I expect anyone else not to be idiots?
Right.
The only difference is I am fully aware of my being an idiot, and when these people are proud of this
Yeah.
fucking how can I have an opinion about anything?
Yeah. They're like, I don't even read.
Yeah, that's
Why
how
would
you
I
do it.
read?
Yeah, somebody told me something once, and that's how it is. I
Yeah.
mean, and that's the same as kids as well. Like,
Right.
I also don't have children, but I don't think I think kids can watch Predator when they're 5. You know,
Right,
whatever.
right,
They're gonna
right,
turn out the
right,
way they're
right.
gonna turn out.
Yes.
Nothing is gonna do that. It's
Yeah.
about molding them.
Yeah, if you're not watching Nightmare on Elm Street when you're 4 years old in preschool, are you
Exactly.
really living life?
Yeah.
Sure. I think that, like, if I did have kids, this is the kind of stuff that I would be scared of them watching.
Yeah. More
It's
so.
like exactly this is the thing. Like that's what I was saying earlier. Is like I can imagine, like I can put myself in the place of being like, we gotta make sure they're not watching Andrew Tate. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, or something like that. But it just seems like you know, exactly what you're saying, right? Most people are like us. We're just kind of trying our best to make sense of everything as
Yeah.
much as we can.
Yeah.
And so some of this stuff might come off as like innocuous to them.
I mean, did you have a religious upbringing?
I actually did not. I
Okay.
had we were like a kind of, you know, I think that both of my parents would say that they're Christians, but we never really went to church. I've never read the Bible or like had anybody read me the Bible.
Joys had anyone read
Or
it.
like yeah,
Yeah.
or you know, so it's just we were very much not
Yeah,
into that, very secular, I would say.
especially in Christianity, because my dad is a minister, and they get you young. They get you. There's a
Yeah.
great movie called Jesus Camp. You should.
We've
yeah.
actually played some clips.
Yeah, they get
of
that kid.
Jesus
They get that
Camp.
kid with the rat's
Yeah.
tail
And
real
And
young.
it was filmed around, like, it was 40
It's
minutes
filmed in this
away.
area.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went to those camps as well as
Mhm.
as a kid, and you know, I didn't.
Right.
I didn't do that. My brother's in jail. You know, we grew up with this super strict
Mhm.
religious upbringing, taught about morals and values of the church, and none of me or my brothers are really religious now.
That's kind of like the stereotype of, it's always what people say is preachers' kids and like the children of police officers.
Right.
Which both of my parents were actually police officers when I
Oh.
was a kid. They always grow up to be like
Did they ignore you when you
Yeah.
were crying as a kid, and then?
Shut up or you're
Pretty
going to
much.
jail.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did the
they-
bus ever break down, and then,
Yeah.
oh, hi, Dad.
Yeah, they treated me exactly like Officer Lim in in Otto's Tales. But you know, that is like a common sort of stereotype that people have is like, or I don't know if stereotype is the right word, generalization. About preachers' kids and cop kids always are like, they're like bad kids or whatever. They do like, they're crazy, they're wild
Yeah.
or whatever. But I think that it also goes to show that like, yeah, just indoctrinating somebody, like, you know, doesn't always work. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
doesn't always take.
Someone somewhere said, like, get them when they're young. That's how you get
Yeah.
them. And actually, I would love to see where that
Before
little...
their frontal lobe is developed.
Yeah, that's the whole
Yeah.
thing, right? I'd love to see where that preacher kid is now from Jesus Camp, if he's
Yeah,
still
that would
still
be
practicing.
interesting.
What's her face is
Eli,
still-
was that his name?
Eli, yeah, and then the chick who runs the camp is still doing it. I
Yeah.
think she's in either South Dakota or Utah. I found her
Yeah.
on LinkedIn, and
Right.
she's still on YouTube
Can't
making
can't keep that thing in the same
kid
place for too long.
indoctrination videos. They're crazy, dude.
They're
Yeah,
wild.
and as far as like having addictive, I think most people have an addictive personality,
Yeah.
and that can be anything. Like religion you've got to aim your thing somewhere. And then now I'm like, maybe I don't have an addictive personality because I can't get into anything. I'm so jealous of people who can be into things, you know? Someone who's like, I do jujitsu, and I'm like, no, I
Wow.
don't want, you know, whatever, anything there is. Even these politicians, people who are so into this stuff, I'm like, oh, must be great to be passionate about something.
No, they're
Yeah.
into the free golf trips. I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
right.
Yeah, free golf. I've never played.
My mate, comedian, hey, there you go, comedian from Portland, Jeremiah Coughlin. I don't know if you know him. He's an ex-addict and plays golf every single day.
dude.
And that's his thing.
It's about the routine.
I get
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
I get a lot of golf videos in my algorithm, and
You're just
I
getting
love
to that
those.
age, Jake.
Dude, I get golf videos and basketball. Dude, if
Oh, I
somebody,
get lots of
if
basketball.
somebody asked me to play basketball, there are a few moves that I feel like I've learned that I can
From the
bust
videos?
out. Yeah, from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
videos. I'm like practice them in the mirror, dude.
You can do a windmill dunk
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Well,
I'd like to see that happen.
yeah, I might be able. I might be able to touch the net, the
Yeah.
bottom of the net.
Yeah. Give it a go.
I could snag the net.
Yeah.
And speaking of snagging the net, let's watch another video of so this is actually, I found this really interesting. So this lady who we're about to see talk, it's set up like this is a woman at like some sort of school board meeting, which it might be, but this lady here, her name is Chaya Raichik, and she actually runs a social media account called Libs of TikTok, which is a notoriously like fucked up account that will dox queer teachers and things like that living in the United States. She was one of the influencers who back in February of this year, they invited to the White House to give her the binder that said Epstein Files Phase 1. So this is an Epstein File Phase 1 influencer, and this is a video where they play a clip of her talking, and then that Jill lady who reads the kids' books talks about it too.
My son came home last week, clearly shaken up, and asked to privately talk to me. He said, "Mom, we took a test today at school, but the questions were really weird. I didn't know how to answer them. I didn't want to take the test, but my teachers made me."
What was the big deal? I mean, this survey couldn't have been that bad, right? Let's take a look. Your sexual orientation is not the same as your gender identity. Which of the following best describes your orientation? Straight or heterosexual, lesbian or gay, asexual, bisexual, pansexual, queer? I am not sure. Questioning. I do not know what this question means. I prefer not to answer. I'll say I prefer not to answer. The next question asks about your gender identity. Gender identity is how you see yourself. Questions for middle schoolers, right? Does this survey fall under inclusivity, education? When did it become acceptable for adults to present information like this to minors on taxpayer-funded school time?
So I feel like I feel pretty comfortable going out on a limb here and saying that is completely made up.
Yeah,
None of that actually happened. There's no middle schoolers. Those are such like complex words and ideas for them to try to like pretend like they're having like fifth graders take this.
But why did they put the prefer not to answer then?
Yeah,
That's what every middle
That's to
schooler
throw
would
us off.
answer.
Throw us off. I don't understand the question. They had that.
Oh,
as
come
well.
on. All those kids are done in 2 minutes
Yeah,
flat.
yeah.
And all of them are answered.
Yeah.
I prefer not to answer.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of kids who are
A lot of bi
dodging our
kids.
questions. Yeah. They got a lot of confused kids at this school.
So many bi kids.
Yeah, the fact that they all said that they didn't know the answer to the question is like what made them be like, maybe we should teach this stuff in schools.
Yeah.
We gotta like learn these kids something.
I mean, my oldest brother really went down the COVID conspiracy track thing and is very anti-trans. He's become one of them that's their hill to die on. And then he's always like, but you don't have a daughter. Whenever I'm like that.
Yeah.
And what was the thing that he told me? Oh, he's always like, what? You don't have a daughter, you don't understand. And I was like, do you even know a trans person? I've seen them. They keep wanting me to get their pronouns right. I was like, you have never. He lives in the outback of Australia on a farm near nothing. He's never met a trans person, and he's so worried that his daughter.
Yeah.
And then he's like, she came home and said she might be interested in girls, and I was like, why do you care about any of this? It's so weird that they care so much.
I think that we live in a time where people are feeling really unstable. And if you give them something to direct their anger at, it doesn't have to make a lot of sense, right? Like, it doesn't need to make a lot of sense, and especially during COVID, too, even more so than now.
Yeah.
Which,
why do they care so much about kids' sexuality? Is it so
Yeah.
they know who to take to the islands?
Yes. 100%.
That's how that was in the Epstein files.
I think
that was
that's
the thing.
got a little something to do
They got to
with it.
find out the kids.
Yeah.
No one wants to,
Get them there and then realize
they're
Yeah.
gay.
Different room, moving
Oh,
around.
damn it.
I didn't realize we got one of the kids who prefer not to
Yeah,
answer.
damn it. I specifically said I only want hetero kids.
Yeah.
None of
Oh,
these.
man.
You gave me an asexual. Damn it. Yeah.
Ugh.
But the best thing my brother did during he knows it. I think like he's sort of intelligent in that he's kind of in on the joke and he does it to trigger me a little bit.
Sure.
So when visiting my family for the first time in ages during COVID or whatever, he's like, I don't understand. We were playing golf. He's like, I don't understand why I can't call my Aboriginal friends the sort of racist term for Aboriginal.
Right.
I don't understand why I can't do that. I'm Australian. If someone's called Rob, I call him Robbo. We put an O on the end,
Yeah.
and that's the derogatory term for
Okay.
an Aboriginal person. And I was like, okay, Chris. Here's how I'll explain it to you. Say your friend Robbo.
Yeah.
He says, look, I don't like when you call me Robbo because a man called Robbo molested me when I was a kid. And every time you bring that up, it reminds me of the man who molested me when I was a child. And when you do that, and Chris just looked at me and he was just like, no man would ever admit to that. That was his argument.
Yeah, why would he admit to that?
And then I had to say, okay, the Robbo killed your mum. Like, why? They're just so quick to come up with a defensive.
Just anything that Robbo could have done that would make me upset.
Yeah.
When I think
no
about
man
it.
would ever admit to being
Some sort of-
molested as a child.
You don't think anybody named Robbo could do an unforgivable?
It made me
act
laugh
or crime?
so hard when he said no man would ever admit to that. I just was not expecting it. Just out of the blue. You got me.
They would. They would do it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, so that kind of concludes the little kids lady. So that's the lady who does stuff to the little kids. And now we're gonna move on to the stuff they're doing to the big kids,
boy.
which is
hope
far
it's in
more overt.
I hope it's another cop.
John, growing up religious, did you ever go to a religious camp type of thing?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. I have been slain in the spirit. I've seen an exorcism.
Whoa.
Yeah. My
What
brother was
that like?
exorcised.
Your
It's
brother?
full on. Yeah. The
same brother?
The same brother. No, that's my oldest brother.
Oh, okay.
My brother. I got a show about my brother being an addict called Fire in
Yeah.
the Meth Lab,
Uh-huh.
and I tell the exorcism story in
Yeah.
that. But it's pretty. It's intense. You can it is the frontal lobe thing. You can really affect people. And there's also a great show called John Safran versus God, which was made in like the early 2000s, where he tries out every religion, and he gets exercised as well. And it is fascinating. They push on your pressure points and stuff. But I've been slain in the spirit. I was into it.
Wow.
I was like, oh yeah, God is in me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really fascinating.
Where'd he go?
He got exercised out of me. I got another exorcism.
They took God out of
They
you?
took God out of me for
Oh,
some reason.
Shit, dude. They did the wrong guy.
Yeah, I obtained rational thought.
Darn.
But yeah, I went to tons of those camps.
Yeah.
And they were really fun. You have all your little sexual exploits, and you know, I touched my first breast.
Dude,
at a
see,
church camp.
that's I have a
That's
bit.
what church camp's all about.
Yeah,
I have
we'll
a bit
chuck a bunch of
about-
teenagers together.
Not being raised religious, and how when I was a kid, all my friends would go to church camp and like finger and stuff.
Yes,
and I'd be
this
like,
is what
Let
it
me
is.
go finger, please.
Don't put a bunch of
I want a
13-year-olds
finger.
together, you know?
Yeah, the sort of like cognitive dissonance starts early too, because you're going to a camp where they're like, it's bad to get horny.
Yeah.
You should never jerk off. But then also you're being like, I'm totally gonna squeeze that titty later.
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thing.
Looking for an excuse to like, oh, we're just gonna walk over here for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I had heaps of fun at the church camp.
I wanted to go
enjoyed it
so bad when
much.
I was a kid. I was jealous, but
You missed out, Jake.
now I'm like, maybe, you know, a lot of the people that I know who went to those things, it was kind of
Turned out
traumatic
bad.
at times. Yeah, Brett,
Yeah.
mainly. I mean, look at him.
Yeah. Did you go to them as well?
Yeah, so I grew up in the it's like the liberal Mormon church.
The
Right.
puritanical Northeast.
Yeah. So, but like they have churches all over the country and in Australia and stuff,
Mm.
or all over the world. But yeah, it was more liberal and stuff. And sure enough, it was like everyone in the middle school, high school camp would be like, "Oh, you can't go 2 at a time. You have to go 4 at a time." And it's just like, okay, so 2 couples can just go to the woods and just make out somewhere.
Yeah,
not near
that's what it
each
was. It
other.
was all making out.
The buddy system.
Because we had lots of girls from other schools coming to the church camps as well, and yeah,
So you're like mysterious to them too.
yeah,
That's like a
and
huge-
we're just teenagers.
The point I was making though is just like they know how to indoctrinate you into the religion aspect of it, really, and make you think religion's cool and all
Yeah.
these other things are bad and
Yeah.
not cool. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it
But
was.
then meanwhile, you're marching off to the woods with 3 of your friends.
and a raging
Yeah,
heart.
I mean, I remember I met a girl from another school, and we really hit it off. And I was like
Yeah.
14 years old, and everyone was saying goodbye. Everyone was sad at the end of the camp, and she hugged me, and our parents and everyone was watching, and everyone's hugging. It's really love fest thing. And then she started licking my neck.
Oh
and,
my
and
God,
my parents
dude.
are like, wait. Yeah.
They're like, John, we have a story about a bulldog we'd like you to watch.
Yep, that's enough of that.
They're like, John, remember, the police want to help you.
We're calling them now about this neck licker.
John. I don't know what I was about to say. Okay. I do want to play this. This is a very racist thing that they have on there. This is about a little short film that they have on YouTube for teenagers about the city of Chicago.
Welcome to the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. Situated in America's Midwest, Chicago is a bustling metropolis famous for food, fun, and an iconic skyline. But beneath those tall buildings, Chicago has a dark side and a long history of crime, poverty, and low-performing schools. Hoping to reduce obstacles for the city's students, leaders have pushed a new approach to education called DEI, short for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And while those words might sound nice, sometimes words can be deceiving. Equity sounds like equality, but are they the same thing? Since Chicago's schools have been practicing DEI, academic achievement has sunk, classrooms have turned more violent, and schools in tough areas are nowhere near equal to those in nice neighborhoods. Is it possible that DEI is hurting the people it claims to help?
Yeah. So that's just a little
Wow.
intro to a program called Around the World on PragerU's.
Wow,
YouTube
I have
channel.
never seen an anti-DEI thing.
Really?
That's because I am the same. That sounds pretty good, you know.
Dude, no, yeah, this anti-DEI is like all the rage right now.
Yeah,
in-
that sort
in
of
this
passed me
country.
by. I know, like they've cancelled it everywhere, and
Yeah, they
hate it.
canceled it except for Costco. They kept their DEI stuff at Costco.
Yeah, well, actually, all the
Uh,
festivals have had to cut out all the mentioning of.
Are you
this.
serious?
Yeah,
I guess
and-
that makes sense though. There's probably like
Well, they
some
want
sorts of
funding. They got to get
grants
funding.
and things like that. Fuck,
Isn't that
dude.
crazy? They got to take out. They got to
Yes.
change the language.
We swear we only have 95% white people.
Yeah.
It's only 95.
It is that, and to be honest, the festivals are.
No, I'm aware of
I
that.
did the Montreal festival last year, and this Hispanic lady was like, "This is very white," and I was like, "You know it."
It's fringe.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think that the thing about this that's kind of striking too is they are presenting it in a way that makes it seem as if there wasn't a disparagement or like a
Yeah.
difference between schools in poor areas and schools in rich areas before DEI.
Yeah, that's the reason it's happening. It's so delusional. It's so weird.
And DEI has only existed in the last like 8 years. Of
Yeah,
course, right?
Yeah.
But it is why the planes are crashing.
Yes.
Jesus.
It's exactly which I wanted to bring up.
It is a whole thing, though, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like this thing is just making me be like, how are people so stupid? Like, it just doesn't make.
It's tough to put your finger on it. I think that the problem is that it's so much easier for people to become stupid than it is for them to become smart.
That's
And so
a good
it's just
theory.
it's just one of those things where, there's all these different avenues to stupidity that you can take. But there's a very
Yeah.
select few avenues to
Becoming smart takes a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting. I mean, that's me, though. I'm like, I can't be fucked learning anymore.
Yeah, but I do think that there's something to be said about what you were talking about earlier, which is the self-awareness to know that there's stuff out there that you don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's what is it? The Dunning-Kruger.
Yes, I love the Dunning-Kruger
right?
thing.
That little bell curve.
Yeah.
And that's like sort of related to like, not to bring this back to COVID, but like during COVID when there were all those like nurse influencers that were being like, actually, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't take any sort of medicine at all except for ivermectin.
Yeah.
That kind of thing was going on. And, and it's because a lot of nurses, which I'm not trying to like bag on nurses too hard. Very
Hashtag
important.
not all
Yeah,
nurses.
yeah, not all
Hashtag
nurses.
not all nurses. But like nurses.
But they're stupid, right? They're idiots.
They're fucking morons.
Be a
And-
doctor or
and-
be nothing.
Yeah, frankly, I find it despicable. The things
That they're not
nurses do.
doctors.
Yeah, that they're not doctors. I think it's shameful. I think it's an absolute shame.
I love it. Be a doctor or be nothing is a
What a claim.
yeah.
But it's like, they have like this sort of base medical knowledge because they're nurses. They learn a lot of things. But they don't maybe actually have as much knowledge as they think they do. And so and this happens with other stuff too, like chemists. They call it Nobel Prize syndrome, where like somebody who wins like a chemistry Nobel Prize will then be like, you know what? I actually know a lot about international
Yeah.
relations too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to handle the pressure of that, of
No.
claiming to know anything.
No.
But I can also be swayed. There's been times where I'm like, maybe I should become a Republican. I mean, it seems so much easier.
It does
Yeah, it's
seem
so much
easier. Yeah, I do think about like
Blanketly believe stuff.
You don't,
Yeah.
you don't
So
even have to
easy.
believe. You just say it,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then everyone else will like fill in the gaps, even if it's not true.
And I feel it's like actually you don't even have to believe anything. You're right. And I think the most important thing is knowing the stuff that you don't believe in. Like, you know what I mean? Knowing like the stuff that you don't like is actually more important than knowing what you stand for.
Yeah. Actually,
Because
that's also
it's-
an easy thing
yeah.
to just say, I don't believe that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so you never have to actually answer for
Yeah, you don't have to, there's no argument to I don't
Yeah.
believe that. It's the
Right.
no man would ever admit to that. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
oh, okay. That's the answer. All right. Yeah, I mean, the ignorance is bliss is really true.
It's really, really true.
That's why I can't find my bliss.
Yeah, you're not ignorant enough.
Yeah.
Maybe
Or
you
I'm
could-
aware of my ignorance. That's
Yeah.
the thing. You can be ignorant, just be aware of it. You don't know everything. Yeah.
I figured it'd be fun to round this out with a little bit of a. Well, these are tips that PragerU has come up with for teens, and these ones are specifically for how to embrace your masculinity. So this is what something that they made. It's got like some fun, sort of young people, young adults that are here to give your teen kids guidance through navigating those sort of awkward stages that maybe we all have.
Can your listeners watch this as well? Can
Oh
they
yes,
see
they
that
can
man?
see this.
Is he giving a high five? Do you think that?
Oh, this guy in
awkward-looking
the
man
back
there?
left. Yeah, he's definitely winding up to hit something,
Right.
which seems pretty on brand. For
And they
this kind of
don't
stuff.
believe in DEI, but they seem to have DEI'd
Yeah.
a lot of things.
They're still doing a little DEI. They're still
Because that's how you get to.
You should write to
other-
them, Jake.
yeah.
Yeah. If you really didn't believe in DEI, stop doing.
Well, they said they don't believe in they don't believe in DEI, but they still believe in representation.
Okay. Yeah.
They would just find. See, that's the thing is like
Yeah,
DEI
that
is like a meaningless. Like that's
Just
what,
a coded.
yeah,
N-word,
like they don't
basically.
actually have to know what anything means or what it stands for. They just have to know what they're opposed to. And DEI is the buzzword.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it used to be critical race theory.
Yeah.
Was another one. They're
yeah.
like teaching kindergartners critical race theory. No, they're not. They're not teaching them critical race theory is like a legal like like a legal framework for like viewing the way that laws are applied. It's not something that they're going to teach to your elementary school kids, but it does sound very scary if you're you know, racist.
Snorted on the mic. Then.
Let's go. But here's tip number 1 on how to embrace your masculinity.
Number 1, be independent, financially and mentally. Every teenage boy has a vision of being independent, and it usually looks something like this.
I'm sick of people telling me what to do. I'm sick of the lectures. I'm sick of the rules, and I'm sick of this house.
Obviously, the desire to be independent is strong. It's just coming out in an angsty and mature way. Real masculinity is about becoming independent in a healthy way. It means becoming a strong person who's able to think for yourself and take responsibility for your life. Because let's face it, it's a lot easier to shirk responsibility, mooch off of others, and cling to codependent relationships. But that's not being a man. That's being a wuss. So here are some quick tips for how to become independent the right way. Think about your future and make a plan to get where you want to be. Set smart, short-term, and long-term career goals. Don't sit around and waste your mind with endless video games and social media. Develop yourself as a person and never stop growing. Figure out what you believe and stand by it. Don't be spineless about your convictions. And don't let other people think for you or pressure you into their beliefs. The earth is flat. Also, don't drink skim milk.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Use your own brain, your own judgment, educate yourself, and form your own convictions. Use critical thinking skills and learn how to have a healthy relationship with your authorities. This means being respectful, but still willing to share your own ideas and stand up for yourself when needed.
Well, it looks like I'm going to need you to work Sundays from here on out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't work Sundays because we agreed to that when I took the job.
Aha.
And don't shy away from expressing yourself.
I just have to stop this for a second because this is one of my least favorite. I have such a bone to pick with this because they're you know, this scene that they just played out is this big fancy monopoly businessman telling this kid that he's got to work on Sunday, and he's like, "No, I don't have to work on Sunday. We said I didn't have to." In the country that we live in, almost everywhere, specifically places where there's a lot of conservative control, you can get fired for no reason. That guy would, I've been this kid.
Yeah.
That guy would turn to you and he would say, if you don't come to work on Sunday, you're going to lose your job. I'm going to cut your hours.
Yeah.
It's called coercion. They coerce you into working. Like, it pissed me off. It's like, dude, I would love to see one of you little PragerU fucks get a job as a fry cook and fry that shit at a McDonald's. They would fucking, dude, these people, but they've never.
Even his response was just,
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Like
He was
the
probably
least-
after that, he was going to say, if you don't work on Sunday, you don't work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. It's the most I was, you know, because I think otherwise this tip, it's not all that bad, right? There's some stuff that I think
I mean,
is-
the critical thinking thing is just what we
Yeah.
were talking about. I was like, oh, is this
Yeah.
directed directly at me? Because I can't, you know, go with my convictions at all. I'm always questioning everything.
Well, I didn't put it in here, but they actually have one of these videos that's tips for how to be a critical thinker. And you're never going to guess. It's terrible advice on that one. They're like, just, you know, you need to do your own research and, you know, just because somebody says something that refutes what you say doesn't mean that you're wrong, actually. And I was like, wait a second. It's like, wait a minute, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that. I just had to stop that really quick because God, that fucking.
Plus,
pissed
they
me
are
off, dude.
terrible actors. This is such
The
bad
acting is really, really bad.
The sound quality is really, really
yeah.
bad.
It's all sort of bizarre and I don't know. It's a
Very
little
funny.
just weird.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't work Sundays because we agreed to that when I took the job.
Aha. And don't
That's
shy
it.
away from expressing yourself. Don't let insecurity make you shy away from who you are. It's okay to be a little weird, you know? Maybe you want to take a cooking class, but you're afraid your football team will make fun of you. So what? Don't be afraid to be yourself.
It's just that there's something coming around the bend here that's just gonna be the opposite of anything good that they say.
That is
you know?
the hypocrisy of like, I'm kind of like, yeah, you should be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself. If it is what we want. you to-
Exactly. Yeah. They're like,
As long
but-
as it pertains
like-
to this.
Cooking class is like the most manly wuss thing we can think of.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, so what if the football team thinks you're a wuss for
Yeah, just
taking a
don't be
cooking
gay.
class? Exactly.
They're like, it's not a fucking baking class.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it?
yeah.
It's for fucking pussies.
Yeah, I'm in baking class, guys, but I eyeball everything. I don't use any measuring instruments. I just
like
do
shit.
eyeball. Yeah. There's always a lot of salt.
I mix up
Too
salt and
much
sugar
salt.
all the time.
Yeah, no labels on anything. I don't need to know what's going in
I don't
here.
need
dude.
to
I'm a
taste anything.
fucking.
I'll serve it before you.
I
I've
know
embraced my-
exactly how to cook.
This is baking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's number one. Here's number two. Let me see if I.
Number 2, be strong.
Oh.
Deep down,
easy.
every man
Too late.
wants to be strong. And it can go too far. But the desire to be strong is a good thing. Sometimes life requires you to be strong, whether it's protecting your loved ones or moving a couch. Having strength when you need it is satisfying and useful. Just don't let it go to your head. Taking on stupid dares and trying to prove how strong you are just makes you look insecure. And being too eager to get into a fight makes you look like an idiot. So don't.
I don't like the way you just looked at me. Yeah, let's go, little man. You wanna fight? Yeah. You wanna fight? Yeah.
Use your strength in useful ways like manual labor, self-defense, or saving the damsel in distress.
That's not hers! I don't know you!
I'll save you.
They're like, become a vigilante.
How many views do these have? Like, who are these
What's it called?
directed at?
This one is look it up, Brett. It's called How to Embrace Your Masculinity. PragerU.
Wow.
It is one of those things. I think it's certainly in the tens of thousands.
Do you think
likes.
this is parents showing this to their teenagers? If my parents
Oh.
showed me this as a kid, I'd just be like, what?
It's probably for like a lot of homeschooled kids.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
like really taken off around.
Oh
around
God, this
country
has
later.
76,000 views.
Yeah.
2 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, they're doing better.
Comments turned off.
Doing better than
Oh,
us.
good. They turned the comments off. Yeah. Yeah, that's a smart idea. Smart idea. Yeah.
Comments on any
Have
of their
critical
videos?
thinking. Believe in yourself. Just don't say anything to me about it.
Yeah.
Just don't. Nope, we don't want to hear about it. Just you
Yeah.
can think it. Just don't vocalize.
Be strong over there.
Yeah.
Keep your thoughts to yourself.
Don't be weak.
Don't be weak.
Don't fucking bake on it.
Yeah.
Be financially independent as a teen.
Uh,
As a teen child. They're like, hey, buddy, you better quit. That's it. That's what the parents show them this, and they're like, we wanted to talk to you. You need to start pulling your weight around here.
We're gonna start charging you rent, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm 14. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna start charging you rent.
Right, and you can get a special waiver to work when you're 14. So why don't you go get a job, buddy?
yeah. I had a job I worked since I was 6 years old.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Child
dude.
labor laws in
Yeah.
Australia are
My
insane.
dad made me feed pigs every single morning before school.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
That's
Meant I was the stinky kid at school as well because I had
dang,
to
dude.
feed
Is it
pigs.
stinky? Yeah. 'cause
Yeah,
what do
like
you
in the
feed 'em?
sheds, like proper like
Oh, like a-
battery farm
Oh
feeding.
my god.
And Dad had my parents had 3 boys,
Yeah.
and he put us to work.
Yeah.
He paid us,
Pig feeders. What did it smell like? What did you feed them? Just like, was
you
it like
feed them like grain stuff, feed that you pull out of. It made me really strong as a kid, as a 13-year-old. I had a little
as you should
six-pack.
be. Yeah.
Did you use it to save any damsels in distress?
I didn't save any damsels.
Crazy how few of those situations there are these
Yeah,
days, huh?
yeah.
It's almost like the world isn't as dangerous as some people would want you to think. Chicago's fine. Everything.
Oh, this is still. We're still talking about Chicago. Is this
I don't know. I was trying to make a connection, but it didn't work.
They're probably still thinking about Chicago making this video.
They probably are.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where people
Chicago
get robbed
will
at in their
benefit
mind.
from this video.
But yeah, here's tip number 3 of how to embrace your masculinity.
Number 3, fight your fears and be courageous when challenged. Every boy has a hero, whether it's Superman or a football star, and it's a really strong source of inspiration. The people you look up to as heroes are the people you try to be like, but that means you have to choose your heroes carefully. Having this guy as a hero
Stop speeding, everybody! Stop speeding!
will lead to a very different place than this guy.
Our ancestors made a fair deal with these natives, and they said, you know what? In exchange for your peaceful pipes and your land, we'll give you smallpox.
Which this is from a couple years ago, but kind of relevant. That's clearly supposed to be Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
And it's called The Woke Show. This is the Woke Show monologue, which is so funny because Stephen Colbert is kind of like a notoriously nice guy. I think that's my understanding, at least, is most of the people who have worked with him have been like, no, he remembered my wife's name and what she did.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing.
I think he's very personable and
Yeah, we've had mates be on that show.
Yeah, I've definitely have people I know who have been on his show and other ones, and him and Conan are the two guys that I've heard
really lovely,
pretty nice things about.
Yeah,
nothing like that rotten Ellen DeGeneres. She's gross. Here's the last bit of this. The one
In your land, we'll give you smallpox.
One thing that good heroes have in common is that they don't walk away from challenges. They're confident and they overcome obstacles with determination and grit. They don't give up when things get tough, and they don't let disappointment defeat them. These are all things we can learn from heroes and do in our own lives. Even if you can't fly, there's still a lot to learn from Superman.
Cool.
Which you're actually not allowed to learn from Superman anymore. This is from the
he's an immigrant.
past. Yeah, but Superman.
This new Superman's too woke because he's nice. And
Superman is woke now because he's nice and he's not from here.
Yeah.
So, pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But I love this. I love that they're like, don't shy away from any challenges. Have courage. And then the guy that they're mocking is, we are now living in the part of the timeline where that guy has been basically coaxed into being fired by the people that they're rallying.
So they're winning. This is happening. This is actually happening. They're getting it. Yeah.
I also think that the way that they depicted the cop was it made him...
dog?
No. In this,
sorry,
there's
I
a police
can't see.
officer.
Yeah. Watching, sorry.
He's there's a part where he goes, you could look up to this guy, and then it's like a cop being like, don't walk over there like that.
No, he's saying don't speed.
Yeah, he looks...
Because we all hear that on the highway as we drive.
He's yelling at cars, don't speed, don't speed.
He's like, doesn't seem like an awesome role model either.
They're really not good at portraying cops on this for some reason.
We've all had these scenarios with cops, right?
Don't speed.
It's almost like they have an unrealistic idea of what cops do.
And I do wonder if these are actors or they are part of this.
That is the thing that I'm really curious about as well, because can you imagine, oh man, I finally got a callback.
Yeah.
And I'm going in, and then you find out oh, I'm going to be the cop on the PragerU video.
This is an eternal conversation that me and friends have of if you got paid $1 million for you to do your special or whatever on Netflix, but the money is coming from whatever, McDonald's. Yeah, Scientology. Would you do it? And all of us are always like,
well,
fuck yes.
It's on
course it would.
Netflix. So.
It's interesting that you guys say this because James Austin Johnson, who's on SNL now, he got started in a religious upbringing and got his media start doing these videos when he was like 18 years old and being like the fake actor, being like, yeah, this Jesus guy's okay.
Wow.
Dude, that is so interesting.
So I wonder how many people will leave here and be great comedians.
Yeah. It's the desperation for a gig, man. We'll do anything for a gig.
It is so, I would love to be a fly on the wall of this set, too. Just to hear like what they're all talking about in between takes.
Yeah.
They're like
what Crafty's like on those sets.
Yeah.
You should look up the actors and see what they're doing now.
What are they on IMDb? What's the
I wonder
video?
if this would be on IMDb.
I'm just
it's
gonna
tough
Google
to say.
PragerU.
He becomes
IMDb.
Superman.
Cast list.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the new Superman.
He's the new Superman. The new manly, unwoke Superman.
Well, Brett's looking that up. We'll watch whoa, Brett, you just made a crazy
They got some
face,
credit.
dude.
There's PragerU has like an IMDb things, and it's like negative stars, of course.
Oh,
So,
okay.
So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dennis Prager's in some. They got a whole cast sheet. There's all cast and crew. Damn, there's a lot of fucking Adam Carolla was in some videos.
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
2012 to 2016
That
it
adds
says.
up. Yeah, because they'll do stuff where they'll have guest speakers. Like it'll be Jordan Peterson doing a video where he's like, "You have to make your bed every day, or else the radical
Charlie
left
Kirk.
agenda wins."
Right.
Yeah,
okay,
Charlie
they're
Kirk's
all
a
these
big
guys.
one. That
Oh,
makes
this
sense.
cast list is legitimately huge. Like it keeps scrolling. It's not ending.
Yeah, they have a lot of
I just
content,
ended.
man. They have a lot of video content. That's for sure. Oh no, the screen! I just bumped something with.
Oh,
my
is it doing
foot.
that thing again?
Yeah, we have a really professional setup here. People, it's tough, they can't see it, but it's pretty much a state-of-the-art podcast studio. Here is the last tip. This is the final tip on how to embrace your masculinity, as told by the teens at PragerU.
Number 4, be a gentleman. Masculinity isn't all about being rough and tumble like John Wayne in the wild prairies. It means knowing how to act appropriately for the occasion. This is called being a gentleman. For example, when it comes to women, a gentleman is strong, respectful, and gentle at the same time. Carry yourself with confidence. Don't be a noodle. But don't get too big for your britches and act like a jerk.
Hey, you should feel my shirt. It's made of boyfriend material.
If there's a girl you have feelings for, don't be afraid to ask her out. Give her a compliment and make your move before you miss your opportunity. Just remember, whether it's your girlfriend or not, treat women with respect. Open the door and offer to carry things.
You mind if I get that for you?
Thank you.
Of course.
It's classy, and it's also a great opportunity to show respect. And be generous. Don't make a girl pay for her own meal. And when you're eating, mind your manners. Don't be a slob, and no weird scratching or bodily noises.
Well, this has been lovely. Same time next week.
Try to be considerate and patient. Realize that men and women are very different, and sometimes it's hard to understand the opposite gender. It can be frustrating.
I really don't like it when you make those noises.
What is with you women? You're so complicated.
Just don't let your frustration get the best of you. Realize that her being different than you is a good thing. So just relax and try to learn every opportunity you can. And by the way, this applies to everyone around you, especially your loved ones. Be strong, but keep your strength under control. If you ever need an outlet for frustration, don't take it out on your loved ones. Go work out or play some sports and burn off the energy in a way that doesn't hurt others. And once you've burned off that energy, you can go be pleasant and love on the people around you.
This is made like Love on the Spectrum. This is what this is for. Right? They're trying to, or it's their version, and I reckon what they've found out is they've accidentally created a bunch of incels.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, we're getting in trouble. Let's do something to stop.
Yeah, maybe we should curb
need to
this a little bit.
Yeah, let's distance ourselves from these incels.
Yeah, you would think that, but actually they also have one that's how to embrace your femininity, and that one is a little more telling. I'm not gonna play all the different rules, but just to show you how different it is for like the way that they view young women and young men. Here's tip number 2 from the video for the ladies. And I thought that this was very telling. This is kind
I
of
do
where
want
we're
to
at.
look up as well the kid in it, the kid actor,
Oh,
the one who was just dancing.
Yeah.
Was it from that same?
Yeah. How to embrace your masculinity.
Because I think
Yeah.
he is doing it for the gig. I don't
He's
think
gotta
he's
be, right?
invested
His
in it. I
heart
think the
doesn't
others
seem in
maybe, but I think
Yeah.
just
The-
that
the y-
dancing. I was like,
the younger
oh.
one that kicked the chair. At the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
He doesn't really have it. Well, Brett finds that. Here's tip number 2 for ladies on how to embrace their femininity.
Number 2, be positive. One of the most beautiful things God has created is a woman's smile. It can fill a room with energy and joy. Just try smiling and see how it affects the people around you.
Oh my God.
Don't be a crusty old man.
Dude, it's exactly what you think it is. They're just like, smile.
I can't believe this exists. I just can't.
They go to the... Okay, let's see.
So the cast and crew, only Allie Beth Stuckey has identified as herself in the video. No other crew credits.
Good.
Everybody
Those
else
kids are
is
smart.
like... Yeah, they're like, nope,
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin my career with this PragerU slop.
I mean,
But
this
yeah.
is so close to parody.
Dude,
Like, it is borderline.
It does seem like fake, right? Like, how could tip number 2 is literally how about you smile? How about you give us a little smile? Come
And
on.
a guy is telling her.
And it's a guy. It's a man, like explaining.
Like, you couldn't. This is the thing. You couldn't write this. Like, you couldn't.
No.
You could write this as parody. You couldn't
Yeah.
write this serious. Have you listened
Earnestly.
to the podcast A Woman Smile?
No.
Oh, it's very, very good. It is this, but parody, and yeah,
I'll have to check that out. It sounds like it'd be right
it's
up my alley.
you'd love it. Everybody, stop listening to this and listen to a woman's
Yeah,
smile.
turn this off. You don't need any more PragerU. But we have reached the end of the podcast.
Okay.
That's kind of it. I appreciate you coming and doing this and going on this little journey with me.
Yeah, this was fun.
John, where can people find you at? Where can they follow you?
I am at Jon Bennett. John without an H, pronounced slightly faster than John. And Bennett is my last name, not Benet. So don't confuse me with Jon Benet.
I did Google you, and it was all just
It always
Jon
pops
Bennett.
up. That's how my Google search is. Jon Benet Ramsey. I'm one under her every time. Jon Bennett, 2 N's, 2 T's comedy is my Instagram and
we'll put a link in the
TikTok
description
and
too. So-
YouTube is all that
And
stuff.
it comes out August 7th, pending. But
Oh,
that's
sweet.
the tentative
Yeah,
date. If you have
so-
anything around there specifically,
I will be in Minneapolis.
Ooh.
Minneapolis, doing some shows there. Doing my Americant
Lovely time.
show.
Great
Lovely
city.
city.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've
Cities,
done there a few
actually.
times.
There's 2 of
Yeah,
them.
well, we don't.
I hear they're twins.
We don't mention the other one.
Yeah.
Yep.
As always, you can follow this podcast on Instagram at j.o.pod. And you can, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to our channel. We got new episodes every Thursday, guys. And we're always having a good old time. So make sure you check it out and send anything at all to Jakin.Off.Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, and check out PragerU.
And check out PragerU if you want
New sponsor, PragerU.
Yeah. New sponsor right next to Magic Mind. PragerU. We're taking shots and fucking learning about how to embrace our masculinity.
And you know what? Smile more.
Yeah,
you know,
smile
it's
more.
the best thing God created.
Think about it.
Is a woman's smile.
Yeah. God gave you that smile for a reason, lady.
I hate.
Brett, you got anything?
Don't get Prager pilled. Maybe just
Yeah.
go out and be nice.
Yeah.
Without, worrying about.
Go
what's in it for
volunteer
you.
at a shelter or soup kitchen or
Yeah.
something. That's how you be a real masculine person, is you help people, truly. But that's it. That's the end of the episode. Thanks so much for listening. I love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.